The door that was never there. The first time Ola noticed the door was on a Tuesday. He lived in an old 9-story apartment building on the edge of the city, a concrete block from the late 1980s that smelled of dust, rust, and damp stairwells. The kind of building where the lights flickered even when they worked, where the walls remembered too much. Ola had rented his apartment for 3 years and knew the place perfectly. Every crack in the stairs, every stain on the walls, every sound the building made at night. That was why he knew immediately that the door had never been there. It stood between the 6th and 7th floors, exactly in the middle of the stairwell. Dark wood. No number. No doorbell. No peephole. Just a door set into the wall where there had always been nothing but peeling concrete. Ola stopped walking. For a moment, he felt dizzy, as if the building had shifted slightly while he wasn't looking. "What the hell?" he whispered. He tried to remember. Maybe there had been a storage room once, or a sealed-off maintenance space. But no matter how hard he searched his memory, he could see only the blank wall that had always been there. The door looked wrong, older than the building. The wood was blackened and warped, as if it had survived a fire. The metal handle was cold and rough with rust. Deep scratches ran across it, uneven and desperate, like someone had clawed at it with their bare hands. Ola stood there longer than he meant to. A pressure built in his chest, heavy and uncomfortable, as if the air itself had thickened. "You're just tired," he said out loud. "You're imagining things." He forced himself to keep walking, climbed the rest of the stairs, and locked himself inside his apartment. That night, he didn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard a sound from the stairwell. A slow, patient creaking. The sound of old hinges moving inch by inch, as if someone was opening a door very carefully, trying not to be heard. The next morning, Ola left early on purpose. He took the stairs instead of the elevator and slowed down as he reached the space between the 6th and 7th floors. The door was gone. There was only a gray concrete wall. Solid. Empty. No seams. No marks. No sign that anything had ever been there. Ola pressed his palm against the wall. It was cold. "I didn't imagine it," he whispered, but the wall didn't answer. That evening, he ran into Helena, the elderly woman who lived on the 7th floor. She had been in the building since it was first built. Everyone knew her. Everyone avoided her when she was in one of her quiet moods. "Excuse me," Ola said carefully. "Can I ask you something?" She looked at him, her eyes sharp despite her age. "Between the 6th and 7th floors," he continued, "was there ever a door there?" Helena didn't answer right away. Her fingers tightened around her grocery bag. Then she stepped closer and grabbed his sleeve. "If you see it," she said quietly, "do not touch it." Ola felt a chill. "What do you mean?" "And if it speaks," she added, lowering her voice, "do not answer." She let go of him and walked away down the corridor, leaving Ola standing alone with the hum of the lights. The door appeared again on Friday night. Ola was coming home late from work. The elevator was broken, as usual. The stairwell lights flickered weakly, throwing long shadows across the walls. When he reached the space between the floors, the door was already there. This time, it looked closer, larger, as if it had moved while he wasn't looking. The wood was damp, dark drops slowly sliding down its surface. The smell was strong now. Rot. Smoke. Something sweet underneath, like burned sugar. From behind the door came breathing. Slow. Deep. Patient. Ola froze. "Ola," a voice whispered. His name wrapped itself around his spine. The next morning, Helena was found dead in her apartment. "Heart failure," the neighbors said. At the funeral, Ola noticed deep scratches on her palm, as if she had tried to tear through wood. That night, he returned home. The wall between the 6th and 7th floors was gone. Only the door remained, wide open, waiting. A week later, another notice appeared in the newspaper. A resident of the 8th floor had disappeared, last seen in the stairwell. And if you ever see a door in your building that was never there before, remember this. Do not touch it. Do not listen. And never answer when it calls you by name. "Who's there?" he asked, his voice shaking. "Did you forget me?" the voice said. "I've been waiting." The handle twitched. Ola stepped back, his foot slipping on the concrete. "No," he said. "Go away." "You always come back," the voice replied calmly. "Everyone does." The light above him went out. For several seconds, there was only darkness and breathing. Then the light flickered on again. The door was gone. After that night, Ola couldn't ignore it. He searched old newspapers, city archives, abandoned forums where people posted strange stories and never returned to reply. Eventually, he found a small article buried deep in an old local paper. 20 years earlier, a fire had broken out in the same building. The entire sixth floor had burned. The cause was never determined. Several residents were declared missing. Their bodies were never found. In the comments beneath a scanned copy of the article, someone had written, "There is a door that appears when it wants to be seen." Another comment said, "It remembers everyone who died there." And another, "If it knows your name, it is already too late." Ola closed his laptop. The apartment felt colder than before. The silence pressed in on him. From the hallway came the sound of wood slowly moving. He tried to stay inside after that. He ordered food. He avoided the stairs. But eventually, he had to leave. When he opened his apartment door, the stairwell was empty and quiet. Between the 6th and 7th floors, the door waited. This time, it was slightly open. A weak yellow light spilled out from inside. Smoke drifted through the gap. "Ola," the voice said softly. "It's warm here. You don't have to be afraid anymore." He shook his head. "I'm not going." A quiet laugh answered him. Dry and broken. "You already are." His body moved before his mind could stop it. Ola screamed and ran down the stairs. Behind him, something followed. Not footsteps. Something heavier. Slower. Closer with every breath.